either of the minutes of the meeting, but either we have not discussed the minutes of the meeting. We should have discussed minutes of the meeting of 25th April in this AGM.
So the SGM meetings have been shared and discussed, and even in the next meeting we read them out.
No, there was no meeting after 25th April.
So we are talking about the 2024. Okay.
Yeah,
So this one, I think in the next AGM we will have all the years SGM meetings. That is the norm.
That cannot be the norm. You had an SGM on 25th April 2025 and important issues regarding on the basis were discussed. And there was no discussion in this AGM. And you were asking, you are telling that you will discuss in the next AGM.
I think this is the practice that you get the AGMs for that particular year. You get all the SGMs approved again.
It was regarding filtration plant. It was regarding solar power plant. It was understood. There was no further SGM. There was no further discussion. 6 months have passed. We discussed something, and we are again talking about another SGM. And meanwhile, both 6 months and the torrential rains have again made a havoc on the meeting, and we need to do anything.
Right. So I think the SGM minutes were circulated, right? In which after the meeting, the town hall meeting, yes, we haven't drafted or town hall meeting. It is more of an informal discussion meeting members.
So in general body, you have already pointed out that we will be having a town hall meeting. That was already done. So it's an official meeting. It's not an informal. It's an official meeting. We have already recorded in general body.
We have recorded for the general body for the understanding of if you have any concern.
It's a formal meeting.
It's
not an informal meeting.
We have called the people for if they have any doubt, you can come and ask the direct.
Correct. So right now, I think there is no informal meeting has been conducted. Technical meeting. As per general body, you have mentioned that there will be a town hall meeting. Correct. It was not conducted. Has been conducted?
It was conducted.
No, one second. No, it is not conducted. It was conducted. You have a minute. That's what. Understand from where I am coming.
The point taken, Amitava Das ji, and we should have meetings even for town halls, just like we have for SGMs. I think that was a miss on our part. We will ensure that even all future.
You are not only responsible to the vendor whom we have deployed and paid money. We very clearly told him that this is our input, please come back with your proposal. Have they reverted, Mr. Tarun? They have not reverted.
No, so
Have we paid them or we have not paid them?
So his deliverable was an audit, NC-page leakage audit report. That deliverable he has done. That was part of our scope with him. Even the estimates are not binding on us or for him. He is just like, this is the kind of scope we will have in terms of what kind of repairs you may have to make, where you will have to make them, and that's the broad estimate, right? His scope and mandate was only to provide that report. We received that report and we made the payment to him, right? Now if you guys recollect, there were multi-phases to this project. Phase 1 was the audit report. Phase 2, he's a consultant. So phase 2 is when we determine out of this, all these areas that have been identified for leakage, seepage, we go and, okay, let's repair P0 because that's what we can, we are ready to manage or we have the funds for. Or we get the plumbing repaired, or we get all the parking areas repaired. We go to them, we have split them up into separate smaller projects. The 9 crore amount, that was just an estimate. Now, we had one meeting. Unfortunately, we did not capture the meetings. Yes, we will do that. Right now, there are some discussions we've had with some of the vendors based on the audit report, right? And they've come, we've met. What we are trying to do is identify areas that we can fix within the monies that we have, or by raising some, funds from the general body. Tarun has some discussions which he's had. He probably will talk about it for 2 minutes.
The point is that our process of looking at it wrong. With the money that we are having, we are looking at it. We should look at the issue. Then we should discuss from the matter. Because there could be a problem where you have a 50 lakhs expenses. This could be critical one. You don't have money, but you need to portray that example as well. So if you are looking only money perspective, you will not be able to identify the critical problem.
identify. So one is our ability to spend plus whatever we, if it's 1 crore, we've identified critical है करना है. Part of it we may be able to utilize the funds or we may have to raise some funds. That is what the message is. It's not that we won't because पैसे है नहीं 3 साल
We are not looking at the project with the points first, but we are looking
Yes,
at the problem.
that's why we went and we identified. Now, people, they have, we don't agree on, not all of us agree on what the estimate would be, correct? But that's what they should. If you look at the thing.
I am saying when we got the report, Amitabh has very pointed that this has not contained the critical area of expansion joint in the report. So if we have looked for the money perspective, that problem has not identified. So we need to change our approach in looking at the things as the problem first, then the monetary problem.
I think the report has identified a lot of areas which we see, right? P0, P1, P2, within the apartments, outside of the apartments, terrace, it has details, right? Now, what we are doing is we are splitting them up, right? We are of course not going after all of them, and not all of them are of the same urgency as well, right? We will split them up into smaller projects. P0 is one big project. Even if you look at the surface area, it's a huge project, right? So we split that. Then what you see, the leakage, the joints and expansion joints, we've been meeting some vendors. They've suggested some new ways these things can be fixed.
No problem is not this. The problem is to identify the problem because the report itself,
The reports have-
people were saying that
First of all, Imran, it's a very serious problem. The chairman is telling from his mouth that it's not a serious thing, repair work and all. Really, it's a hopeless position now. See, I'm a civil engineer, I'm knowing the gravity. We are literally staying in decades default society. Here, even we should not stay here, you know. But, so please leave all the agenda and focus on the repair work. Money, yeah, it's a huge expenditure that can be collected, whatever the receipt together. But first prioritize this thing, P0, P1 and P2 leakage boss. हम लोग अपनी कबर खुद खोद रहे हैं. I don't know why you people, why our society is
So,
not serious.
if you look at this slide, just a second, he made a comment, let me answer that. If you look at the very, sir, आपने कुछ बोला, आप हमको थोड़ा एक जवाब
Please, let me complete. This society is decaying day by day. I don't know why the people, we residents are not serious. Wake up call कब आएगा जब गिरेगा बीम एंड कॉलम गिरेगा तब हम लोग wake up होंगे क्या?
We already serious. हमने
So,
पिछले एक year
okay,
से
let's avoid crosstalks, please. So he's made
So
some.
my question is that which month we are going to start that one?
Okay.
Any
Thanks.
idea, any timeline is there?
Right. So I would like to clarify certain things. Okay.
सो
We-
विंटर
we-
लाइन में फिर से अप्रूवल देना पड़ेगा. पहले पिछले AGM में अप्रूवल दे दिया है ना.
The secretary wrote on the WhatsApp.
Okay, guys, let's avoid crosstalks, please. Someone has answered. Amitabh Bajaj ji, उन्होंने कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछा, हम हमको जवाब देने चाहिए.
just-
So,
I am a serious.
He said, made the question that it is not so serious. The report says that the slab has,
Sinking, slab
yes,
is sinking.
okay. So
and you were telling it is not serious. He has written in the thing, in the WhatsApp chat, it is not serious.
okay, let me stop you there. Gentlemen, please. Now you made your point, sir. We will listen to you.
Let me complete. Please, dear residents, please अब hand raise करो कि it is serious issue or not. Please, everybody, I am requesting.
डबल सीरियस.
I don't think that's a reason anyone needs a hand raise. Everyone understands it is a serious issue. So हम भी इधर ही रह रहे हैं. हम बाहर कोई सोसाइटी में जाके नहीं रह रहे. Hold on. Please, hold on. As a chair, I will not allow crosstalks, please. One person at a time.
See, I am not
One person at a time. आप बोलिए या तो करण बोलेंगे या कीचन बोलेंगे. एक person एक time पे.
See, boss,
have to maintain
I request, my humble request as a resident, as a bona fide member of this society, please take it on priority.
Yes, thank you, sir.
अपनी कबर
Please conclude. Please conclude. Okay, thank you. So I'm answering this guy. I'm answering to gentlemen some observations. Okay, as you can see, work has taken time. Right? Where we got this priority. Make no mistake. This is a priority. That's why you see highest up on the list. Right. So we are not aloof to this. We are also in the same building. We are living here. All the managing committee members. We are as concerned as you are. We have not outsourced this to some other people. राइट हम भी इधर ही रह रहे हैं. इतना ही कंसर्न हमको भी है जितना आप लोगों को है. रही बात कुछ कमेंट्स जो सर ने certain areas, okay, जहाँ पर प्रॉब्लम है, लेकिन उसका रेमेडियल मेजर्स ये भी पता है कि फिलहाल थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम है, आप इसको वहाँ पर लोड देना अवॉइड करो कि इमीडिएटली स्टॉप दैट। अगर क्रिटिकल होता कि कुछ गिरने का, स्लैब पड़ने का, ये होता सर हम ऐसे तो नहीं बैठे रहेंगे, हमको जवाबदारी देनी है, तो वो कुछ ऐसे हाईलाइट रिपोर्ट में नहीं आया है। ऑब्जर्वेशन वॉज इन सर्टेन एरियाज, वहाँ पर आपका हैवी लोड आता है, व्हीकल का टैंकर आते हैं 30,000 40,000 लीटर के, वो आप उसको बंद करिए, थोड़ा डिप्रेशन हल्का सा दिख रहा है, राइट। जहाँ बात ये लीकेज हो सकता है, इसके अलग अलग इश्यूज हैं। ये जो कॉलम में आपको दिख रहा है उसका अलग है, प्लांट का थोड़ा अलग है। वी आर प्रायोरिटाइजिंग दिस। Now it has taken some time. Yes, we got the audit done, we had the meeting done, but after looking at the quantum of expenses, of course we went back to the table कि ये इसको कैसे करें सॉल्व। इतना सारा एक साथ होगा नहीं, we split it up and we will prioritize based on criticality। जिसका threat level बहुत ज़्यादा है, वो हम उसको सब में पहले एड्रेस करें। फिर ड्यूटिफिकेशन और वो सब जो थोड़ा बहुत इधर माइनर लीकेज आ रहा है वो लास्ट में जाएगा। दैट इज हाउ वी विल हैव टू प्रायोरिटाइज। स्ट्रक्चरल ऑडिट जो होता है वो हमको 50 साल में करना पड़ता है। राइट नाउ ऐसा सिचुएशन नहीं है कि आपको लगेगा कि स्ट्रक्चर में प्रॉब्लम आ गया, ये नहीं है। Do not-
So I was coming on the same point. Amitabh Daji, I was coming on the
To be decided कि अमाउंट हमारे को पता नहीं है, सीसीटीवी का पता है। ये अमाउंट टू बी डिसाइडेड।
So Imran, Amitabh Daji, मुझे 5 मिनट दीजिए। Leakage seepage is a big problem that everyone except you, me, and everyone over here. 10 करोड़ का रिपेयर इसका बात नहीं कर सकते एक साल, ठीक है। You have to segregate it. The biggest problem which has occurred, you have got estimates to be recruitment that was not to be done. It was not discussed. Even he is doing an advertisement, we have to remove that particular step because that's a problem. Our approach is to look at the report as a problem and mark the problem into critical, medium, low. That is the one. Then critical के ऊपर आप quotation लो. Now what you are doing over here, understand? Our problem is leakage, which is TBD. Okay, but lift door painting, you have got the amount, some time you have spent. Then I think we have pointed out that CCTV phase 2, some investigation stuff you have done, but you have not done priority task of some critical stuff. 2 लाख का ही समझो, 2 लाख का ही critical amount था 10 करोड़ में से, वो हमने time spend नहीं किया. So that's where the
So that is where Saru will throw some light on this, right? Whatever discussions, whatever preparations that we are doing right now, we could come up with a number because number share करके मतलब नहीं हवा में बात है।
नहीं तो नंबर इनके लिए नहीं। अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, जब आपकी स्ट्रक्चरल ऑडिट रिपोर्ट आती है उसमें नंबर मत दो। यू शुड हैव गिवन द टेबल कि ये 25 प्रॉब्लम है, उसको ये
उनका देखो। So that is what we've done, right? So guys, it's important to understand that one amount that we are stuck with 9 crores, it has several components. आप रिपोर्ट पढ़ेंगे अगर डिटेल में, अलग अलग एरिया का ब्रेकडाउन दिया हुआ है। MEP का इतना कॉस्ट है, सिविल का इतना है, ये चीज का इतना है, and that is how we will be able to prioritize.
प्रॉब्लम चाहिए कौन सा क्रिटिकल
क्रिटिकल भी ना, उसमें प्रायोरिटाइजेशन भी वही हम लोग अभी कुछ चीजें उसमें जैसी है, फ्लोर का थोड़ा बहुत ये फ्लोर डैमेज है, राइट? दैट इज नॉट क्रिटिकल, मतलब इंपॉर्टेंट है, करना चाहिए, आइडियली पैसा बहुत है, सब कुछ करो, राइट? क्रिटिकल इज जैसे वो डिप्रेशन है, लीकेज है।
लॉन्ग एंड शॉर्ट, आई एबल टू गेट माय पॉइंट?
Yes.
That's it.
We'll prioritize.
This is not
We'll prioritize. The only reason the number isn't here, guys, is not because it's not urgent or important. It is right up, highest, topmost. Number नहीं है अभी शेयर करने के लिए, फिर आप लोग भी बोलोगे
नंबर नहीं चाहिए। पॉइंट इज दैट ये जो आपने स्प्लिट किया ना, वो मत दो, ऊपर वाले का स्प्लिट है।
we will be able to do that once we are closer to that with vendor discussions. अभी अलग अलग टेक्नोलॉजीज भी आगे लोग बता रहे हैं, ये ऐसे करेंगे, वो वैसे करेंगे।
Have we scope कि क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम है?
हाँ, वो रिपोर्ट बेसिस हम लोग
Are we ready with that? I'm not saying about amount.
No, not amount.
Are we ready with the scope of repair maintenance work?
हाँ, so once we get to that
Where
stage,
they are coming is that.
right? So
Where the action can start today.
okay, the timeline is ASAP.
What is one thing? Suppose आपने 25 काम प्रॉब्लम आइडेंटिफाई किया, क्रिटिकल समझो 5 में से उनके 5 में टाइमलाइन क्या है? What is asking?
Okay. We don't have, see, the timeline of what we will do, we are having conversations. कितने टाइम में होगा वो complete once we get सम अग्रीमेंट सम अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए वेंडर है, ये बोला कि भाई ये टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करके सीमेंट हम लोग ने मिला भी, एक दो लोग आए भी है, 20 का सर्वे हम लोगों ने किया है.
और पहले काम चालू है इसका
Guys, several people are talking, I can listen. मैम जी को बोलिए.
list out the critical activity P0, P1 and P2 legated only, and then have the discussion for timeline, our assigned timeline, and then discuss
quotation.
Yeah, and then take the quotation, involve the technical expert people, and then start from the funding, fund arrangement. Let us one
Let's Arun answer some of these questions. Yes, okay.
अदरवाइज ये तो ओपन एंडिंग रहेगा, तो नेक्स्ट मॉनसून में भी यही होने वाला है. प्लीज
शंभू जी, आपको याद होगा कि मीटिंग के बाद मैं आपसे मिला था मंदिर के पास, करेक्ट है, रिगार्डेड डिस्कशन. आफ्टरवर्ड्स फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मिस्टर दास को 4 मई का जो हमने मीटिंग किया था, आपको पूरा मिनट्स नहीं भेजा, ड्राफ्ट में अपोलोजाइज बिकॉज आई वॉज नॉट अवेयर कि मुझे उसका मीटिंग भेजना है. आई वॉज अंडर इंप्रेशन कि इट वॉज अ डिस्कशन फॉर, क्योंकि हमारी बात हुई थी कि आप वांटेड टू अंडरस्टैंड द ऑडिट रिपोर्ट की क्या है, ऑडिटर के साथ बैठना चाहते थे 4 मई का. नो मैं अपना क्लैरिफिकेशन बोल रहा हूँ. आप कमिंग टू द शंभू पॉइंट, सी अभी तक हमने 2 या 3 घंटे से हमने रोली ऑडिट कराया. जो आप पॉइंट बोल रहे हैं एक्जैक्टली वी आर वर्किंग ऑन द सेम पॉइंट कि व्हाट इज द सोर्स ऑफ इश्यूज एंड हाउ टू रेक्टिफाई एंड व्हाट आर द मेजर इश्यूज. फर्स्ट टॉप 5 मेजर इश्यूज जिसको हम फर्स्ट डिस्कस करेंगे. और जैसे हमारे पास बजट आएगा, ये आएगा, मतलब प्रपोजल आएगा टेक्निकल, ये हम आपको प्रेजेंट करेंगे कि ये टेक्निकल कंस्ट्रेंट्स है, ये इसका बजट है, ठीक है. तो वी आर वर्किंग ऑन इट. और अभी तक ऑलमोस्ट 2 या 3 वेंडर आके जा चुके हैं. उन्होंने कुछ चीज़ बताया कि जो चीज़ अभी जैसे मिस्टर दास ने बोला इज एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. ड्यूरिंग द दिस मानसून जब तक मॉइस्चर है एंड post moisture, something is referable post moisture. For example, if you can go to P2, the P2 parking, जो अपना गवर्नमेंट वाले बिल्डिंग के साइड का जो वॉल है जहाँ पर एग्जैक्टली वॉल से आ रहा है, तो उसका जो टेक्नोलॉजी यूज कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि बाहर का हम कोई भी एंगल से किसी भी
ये दिस इज नॉट द राइट फ्रॉम अगेन डिस्कस फॉर दिस.
नो सर, आई एम जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट कि जो आप बोल रहे हो हम उसी पर बात कर रहे हैं.
Just change the approach. You are doing the work in the background.
One thing I want to tell panel is, one thing I want to tell panel is the MC member, they are doing very good job putting their report because they are also having family like us and time निकाल के वो लोग कर रहे हैं. So must appreciate that one, right? But क्या ना issue थोड़ा, this issue is not a simple one. So let us have a timeline. आप वेंडर को बुलाओ, इंक्वायरी प्लॉट करो, बुलाओ, and let us discuss.
ये प्रॉब्लम तो पब्लिश करो, क्योंकि आप पब्लिश नहीं करोगे.
And we appreciate कि ठीक है, हर आदमी हर चीज़ नहीं जानता है, मीनिंग्स करना चाहिए. देखिए कोई बात नहीं, आगे से हम लोग करेक्ट, we should correct ourselves and do it. But मेरा ये कहना है कि we should be सारी चीज़ों को छोड़ के we should have concentrate on this one because it's our property. We all are staying here. That's all. अब इसको चुगल की तरह मत खींचो. मीटिंग बना बुला लो.
मैं आपको ये बताना, मैं आपको जस्ट ये बताना, जस्ट मैं आपको
आगे और एजेंडा होगा ना.
एग्जैक्टली आपको ये बताना चाहता है जो आपने बोला है उसी पे हम वर्कआउट करेंगे.
It's 1 minute before we. Some of the discussions like you said, solar और ये इसका भी जो है ना आगे एजेंडा में खास एजेंडा आइटम है. We were talking about something else. We got digressed into something else. So let's wind up this one at least and we move forward. And we probably take a 5-minute short break. Yes.
Yes, on the previous slide.
एक चीज और ये जो एजेंडा में जो लाइन का देख रहे होंगे आप कैमरा का ये सब, ये हमने इसके लिए डाला है. इसका एक पेज हमने कंप्लीट किया है जो लास्ट हमने बात किया. 70 कैमराज है इन प्रोसेस. वी रिक्वायर्ड अप्रोक्सीमेट हमने जो प्लानिंग किया उसमें 240 कैमराज है. एंड वी आर गोइंग फेज 1, फेज 2, फेज 3. वी आर नॉट आस्किंग द एट ए टाइम एवरीथिंग, बट जहाँ जहाँ जरूरत है उसके हिसाब से हमने डाला. आपको लगता है इसमें से कभी रिलिस्टिक नहीं करना चाहिए?
तो लिस्टिंग में 2 थिंग विल डू. पहला है जो लिस्टिंग आपने जैसे फर्स्ट किया है P0, P1, P2 everybody said that is critical. That should include basically your all this bathroom repair और वो क्योंकि 5 लाख से और सिर्फ लिफ्ट डोर पेंटिंग इज 3 लाख. So
अच्छा, so and there are good questions.
I'm just highlighting it. I'm not asking for a answer.
Questions are correct.
Last thing. Fourth point would be even bathroom repair. You are asking that you will be doing it. It is ongoing right now.
नहीं.
इट इज़ नॉट गोइंग ऑन गोइंग और उसकी वजह से हमारा 1 साल चला गया. हमने बहुत सारे वेंडर्स को बुलाए. आप सुनिए आपको नहीं आपको बता रहा हूँ जस्ट सुनो. प्रॉब्लम ऐसा है बाथरूम का कि अभी तक नहीं करते हुए 10 से 12 वेंडर आए हैं. संजय बारे में पता है, बिकॉज ही वॉज वेरी एग्रेसिवली वॉज एंटर्ड. राजन जी को भी पता है, इनमें पता लकोड़े जी को भी पता है. बट कोई भी वेंडर आकर के कंप्लीट कोड नहीं कर पा रहा और बिना कोड का हम सामने प्रपोज नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. उसका रीज़न एक ही था कि लीकेज का सोर्स कहीं भी पता नहीं चल रहा है कि क्या सोर्स है. हमने बोला ठीक है इसको तोड़ दो. तो वी आर गिवन जस्ट मनी फॉर द टू ब्रेक दिस एंड आइडेंटिफाई द सोर्स ऑफ द लीकेज, क्योंकि उसके अलावा कोई ऑप्शन नहीं था.
You are not doing the repair of the bathroom. Ideally, you are not doing the repair of the bathroom. You are identifying the problem. Correct? So point is that how do you generally understand what he is trying to say? He is not whether you are repair or you are identifying the problem, but you are spending the money. So that approval need to be taken. So he is saying that you are doing something and you are saying that we are proposing that. This is a miscommunication. So whatever you are doing now, anti background like लीकेज सीपेज का हम वेंडर से बात करें 5 क्रिटिकल आइडेंटिफाई किया. तो आपने जो आइडेंटिफाई किया लेट्स पब्लिश फर्स्ट. These are the top 5 item that you have identified. उसके हम लोग कोटेशन रीच आउट कर रहे हैं वेंडर्स को आउटसोर्स कर रहे हैं. ये जब आप बोलो नहीं तो
Current to add to that, when you are splitting, if you see over here, 5-6 line items are unnecessarily minor.
I just spend a minute. I got your point. I just spend a minute. अभी जैसे लिफ्ट का जो है ना वो अलग क्यों है, क्योंकि लिफ्ट के सिर्फ एक दरवाजे हर फ्लोर के ऊपर जो बंद होते हैं ना वो वाले दरवाजे तो अलग ही प्रोजेक्ट हो गया. फिर बाद में जो दूसरा आपका जो था मेरे ख्याल से जो P0 का जो एंट्री है ना हमारा जो लीक होता है, तो हम कैसे अगर स्प्लिट कर दोगे तो एटलीस्ट वो पार्ट हो जाएगा.